Good morning, everyone. Today is April the 20th, 2021. This is StockCast, your pre-market show. My name is James Mason. With me is Todd Derby. Todd, how you doing this morning?
I am doing well. How are you doing?
I am doing well. So, Todd, what are you doing on 420 today? Huh?
420, yeah. I'm going to be watching the snowstorm that's supposed to be hitting Michigan today. I'm not joking.
It's spring. It is spring.
They're calling for snow 2 to 3 inches today and tomorrow.
Oh, man. Michigan sounds like it sucks.
Nope. You would like Michigan. I promise you would. You just wouldn't like it today or tomorrow.
No, I like the snow. I just don't like the snow in the springtime.
Right. But it doesn't last long. It's supposed to snow today and tomorrow, and then Friday be mid 60s again. So it's just like rain. It's not a big deal. What are you going to be doing on this 420 today?
Ooh. I don't know.
Isn't this like a Cinco de Mayo day, but for something else?
It is. What's everyone in the comments going to do? Someone's going to end up in their local county jail, that's for sure.
That's horrible.
But it's the truth. I'm a realist.
Right.
I mean, no shame in it. I mean, I'm just saying that to be nice. There is shame in it. All right, everyone. The Dow Jones currently is negative 140 points. S&P 500 down 15.5 points. We are starting this April 20th day off in the red with no news again. Pre-market. Man.
The leading news information is about a company dropping their first NFT. That's the leading news.
Yep.
That's weak. That is weak.
And it's not even holding up right now. Yeah. So the banks were protected once again with some act called the Bank Safe Act or something.
Which is code for save their ass.
Yeah. So this act that was passed is basically going to protect the banks from any kind of prosecution from doing business with companies that are in the cannabis industry. I thought we was already past all that stuff, but apparently not. I guess they had to pass some Bank Safe Act, which who knows what else is wrapped up in that thing. And I don't know. I just think it's kind of stupid to have the words bank and then safe and then act all together. Because haven't the banks always been protected?
Always.
I mean, come on. It's just silly. All right, let's see what we got going on. Good morning, everyone, in the comments. Just going to run through here real quick, see what we got.
Ryan Stahl says in the comments that he's going to be a chimney today. I wonder what he's going to be doing, living out in Colorado.
I know, right?
We all know.
All right, so let's get in it. The first ticker we have is ticker YVR. Here we go. This is the 5-minute chart. We can see how it had that pop and then this quick little drop right here. And this is the company that Todd was talking about that had the news pertaining that they're going to release their first NFT drop. Yeah. All right, so last update, short interest. 951,000 shares being shorted, 7.36% of the float. Outstanding shares, 12.6 million shares. Float, 12.9. So what this basically means is this company has sold a little bit of shares, which you can't blame them on their last run up right in here. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do as a company, is to keep your company in business. So you sell your securities. And so what I'm looking for here in ticker YVR I went ahead and drew this little breakout line at $3.23. And hold on a second, I want to see something. Okay, so my little trading view algorithm is saying 493, which obviously is going to be more of a computed determination for a breakout, which is going to be right up in here, which you can see it on the chart. But I'm looking at 323, and the reason why I'm looking at that is if you look across this line, this yellow line, you can see how these daily candlesticks perform, breaking above and below it. So that right there tells me that number 323 will be a number to watch before making an entry. Currently, we're sitting at 292 pre-market, and we just really need to see what it's going to do later today or in the future. Now, possibly today, it's not going to do much of anything. We had this quick pop right here up to 333, and just as quickly as it went up, it pulled right back down. And now it's consolidating. But what's going to happen? And I hate this. When there's like no volume, no news pre-market, and something becomes the only runner, it becomes the only stock that the bears are watching to short. So if this thing does go up and break this 323 range, the bears will be there to short this thing back down. So me personally, I'm going to just hold off on this for at least today. I'm not going to enter today, even if it breaks back above 323, since I know that the bears are going to be there to short it. Now, tomorrow, rest of the week, or in the future, it'll be a different story. I'll wait on it then. And we'll let the bears do their little thing. And we want to make an entry into this quietly. But I love the share structure overall. Low float, low outstanding shares. There's a little bit on the short side that make it go up a tad, but not too much. But the hype, the news itself, could give it that momentum in the future. And this is ticker YVR.
I think it's got low volume at this point of the day too. For after 8 o'clock, it's just coming up to 1 million shares, and normally these runners are usually a little stronger at this time. So, possible short play if I was interested, but I don't think there's much range to work with.
All right, let's see what we got in the comments.
Sterling from Kalamazoo, Michigan. He's also going to experience some snow. They ask him about ticker DOV, Delta Oscar Victory. Sterling, my son lives in Kalamazoo. He goes to Western Michigan.
Excuse me. All right, let's see. Ticker DOV, last update short interest, 1.5 million shares, 1% of the float being shorted, days to cover 2. Overall low volume on this ticker. Shares outstanding, 143.8 million. The float, 142.8 million. So looking at their news up the top, they have quite a few filings, but it does look like they have a catalyst somewhere in the works. And we are actually sitting at all-time highs for it. So looking at the daily chart right here, we can see how much this thing has gapped up already. Yesterday it closed out at 140.43, currently at 144.35. With it gapping up this much, I would not be surprised if this thing doesn't fake a lot of people out and then sell off. And the reason why I say that is we're at all-time highs. Gaps up almost 3%. in very low volume. This is what I'm kind of expecting to happen right here. Looking back on this daily chart, we can see from this day to this day, it gapped up, ran up, and then dropped. So that's what I'm expecting for today on ticker DOV.
It's not very often we get a large cap request.
I know. It's pretty nice.
It's kind of nice.
I like the small caps, though, because it's just like you have to dig for that catalyst, and I like the whole research side of it.
Yeah, but we've been Lord Richardson asked a question earlier, which we can probably chat about, is that seems to be two markets right now. Many stocks hurting. Many of the best performers from 2020, especially small cap innovation, are getting killed. What's your take on this? And how long does it last? I think we're just moving into the slower summer market that we briefly touched on yesterday. And I think that you have to be a little more clever or creative with your trading, and not just what you did in January is going to work today in middle of April.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to have the continuation of momentum like we've had for a while now. And this is actually pretty common for this time of the year. It just sucks when it happens. And to be honest, shorting becomes my go-to at this point of the year on until fall, to be honest with everyone.
Because there's no big runners.
Nope.
Let's take a look at Robert Schwartz is asking about ticker PLX. Peter Larry X-Ray. He's got a PDUFA coming up on PDUFA date of 4/27. He's asking to go long in this one.
All right, last update, short interest, we'll round it up to 1.6 million shares being shorted, 5.3% of float, days of cover, 1.9. Shares outstanding, 45.3, float, 29.8. Looking at their news, quite a few filings. Let's see. I'm not sure about a catalyst yet or not. So this will just be one that we need to be looked into more to kind of figure out what catalysts they have going on within their company, since it's a bio company. But let's break this chart down. All right, so the swing trading algos are saying 584, which let me draw some lines here. All right. So me personally, looking at this chart, my swing trading algorithms are saying 584, and I can definitely see that. But if I was going to be more risk adverse, I'd actually have to wait to see it break above the highs right here on the daily chart, which I know we're talking a little over a point difference between 584 to 705. But the reason why I'm saying this is I need to see it break above this high, and this thing will probably either pop or run very quickly, kind of like this right back here. And we're going to start catching this strong resistance between 1036 and 12, right in there. Now, if they have like some strong catalyst, then there's a good chance it'll blow past that, maybe come up here and test this 15 range. But like I was saying a moment ago, I don't know what's in their pipeline. So this is what I see for ticker PLX, just breaking it down quickly on the one-year chart. Swing trade now goes are saying 584 for entry. But if I was going to be a little less risky, I'd wait for it to break above the high right here. And then hopefully it runs. But that is what I see for ticker PLX.
We don't know what the catalyst is for that, do we?
No, not at all.
Yeah. So we'd have to look on the dig in a little bit. All right, let's take a look at one of our regulars, Giovanni, is asking about ticker UAVS. Is that one from one of our alerts?
Negative.
All right.
All right, ticker UAVS. Last update. Short interest. 7.9% share. 7.9 million shares being shorted. 15% in the float. Days to cover 1.1. Not much there. Shares outstanding 62.48 million shares. The float 51.8 million. And looking at the news, they have a ton of news off the top. I'm not sure what their catalyst is or if it's already ran. I'm kind of assuming that's the catalyst has already happened and it's just pulled back this much. But again, this is just me skimming the top of their news. Could be wrong there. So looking at this chart, okay, so the algorithms are saying that the breaking point is $5.35. Pre-market, we are sitting at $5.40. So we're literally right on a support. Now, if this thing does bounce off of support, I really don't expect it to do too much. Maybe it bounces and comes back up here to this mid $6 range, maybe a little higher. But what tends to happen is they'll bounce, come up here, get rejected, and come back again and crash through and sell off. Now, when looking at these EMA lines, you can see this white line, the 9 EMA line. It is flirting with disaster and wanting to cross over that 200 EMA line. So me personally, if I was looking at this to trade and I see this setup happening, and with what I just said, right now, I wouldn't be looking to make an entry at all. I would let it do its thing, and if it did bounce, I would actually look to short this in the future. And that is also me just kind of saying that in the context of not knowing this company's catalyst, if they have anything coming up or not. So that is what I quickly see off the top of ticker UAVS. All right, let's see what we got in the comments. Let's look at ticker DARE.
Dare? I dare you to look at it. Might be the highlight of our show today.
No, man. There's nothing going on in pre-market. All right. Let's see. Hold on a second.
We could have people send us videos of themselves around 3 o'clock today.
Okay. So for this one right here, last update, short interest, 1.23 million shares being shorted, 2.7% of the float. Outstanding shares, 47.3. The float, 45.6. And that's in the millions. So they have a couple filings pretty recently. Looks like they have catalyst in the pipeline. I'm just seeing something off the top talking about a phase 2 initiation of a phase 2 Bravo, whatever. And let's look at this chart. Excuse me. So with there being 45 million shares outstanding, hold on a second. Trying to see what this price is back here on this split. Let's see, 662. I want to draw this line out first. All right. So with this having 45 million shares outstanding, and how it has actually already made a recent run right here, this is kind of concerning for me. Now, longer term, this will probably set up to kind of create something worthwhile. But right now, in the moment, it's coming off this nice run back here, selling off. This 9 EMA is crossing over to the 200, so I don't like that in terms of going long. I need to see this thing basically consolidate under that 200 EMA line, go sideways for a while before deciding to make an entry. And at that point, so the algorithms are saying 185. Let me draw a line there. Man, that literally looks perfect. All right. So what I would like to see here on the daily chart for ticker DARE, see this thing consolidate under that 200 EMA line. So whatever it does down here, it's going to do. And if it starts coming back up with the catalyst or just a natural move up, I need to see it break above that value of $1.85 before feeling okay to make an entry. And then if we have a nice catalyst in play, probably test these highs around 3 to 385, and that's if it's just moving up naturally. Now, if we have a strong catalyst that makes it spike, potentially could see that spike up to about 662. And that's in a perfect world when I say that. Like, everything needs to release at a perfect time. It needs to break above this. We'll just round it up to about $4. So if they drop the catalyst at the perfect time, catching everybody off guard, that's when we would probably see like a nice spike in the future. And if it could break above $4, then we'd actually stand a chance to make that push up to about 662 overall. But yeah, this was one that we'll have to come back to in a few weeks, see how it does. Again, my entry would be 185 on this after seeing it consolidate for a little bit. So that is ticker DARE.
What do you show going on at the Apple today? I'm seeing a couple spots where they're talking about there's an Apple event today, but I can't find any news on it.
Let's see.
Got a few lines of support and resistance going there. Pedro, we will be live streaming today at 9:30.
On the 28th, they have earnings. I don't see anything about an Apple event.
All right. A couple things I saw in a forum, but I can't verify any of the data, what they're saying. So, but I'll have to do a little more digging on that.
Wait, hold on a second. I'm actually now seeing it. Hold on. Yes, so they are having an Apple event.
Lord thinks it's for the Apple car.
All right. Yeah. So they are having an Apple event today, and I don't know. I don't ever watch those events anyways. Just too boring for me. But we know they have an Apple event now. All right.
Boss, I'm going to comment about CTIC in our chat room. I'm going to put some comments in there about that one today. So I'll give you some questions in there about that.
So since I have Apple up on the chart, in both directions, what I need to see for an entry, long and short, is I need to see the 9 EMA for a bullish play cross above this 137.67, or bearish play, the actual line cross below 127.88. And since they have earnings on Thursday, it's really just going to kind of depend, to be honest. I hate trading options. I hate trading options before earnings because the implied volatility is just so sky high. And it's really just the premium killer. But yeah, we'll have to see. With earnings and this Apple event, this thing will probably be all over the place. So yeah, that's all I have today, Todd. Todd, do you have anything else?
Do you think Apple planned their Apple event on April 20th?
Probably.
All right, guys, stay safe. Sounds like a few are going to take the day off and get stoned or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So we already know who in the comments because y'all been making the comments.
Yep.
Yep.
So we'll talk to you tomorrow, Ryan.
Let me just hold on. Let me screenshot this for the DEA real quick. All right, guys. So yeah, everybody trade safe today. Probably, who knows? It's probably going to be a choppy day. The Dow futures are down 154 points at the moment, but with how this market is, we'll probably get some Powell pump and create all-time highs again. Who knows?
All-time high, keyword.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, trade safe, and we will catch y'all on the next one.